I had one big problem with the movie, and this is a problem that I think is not just about this movie, but about like Marvel movies in general, in which I feel like there's something deeply insincere about the political content of their films. Now in this movie, it's this movie is very is very critical of imperialism, of colonization, of the big government oppression of other peoples, of minorities, and and in this movie with this fantastic black cast, we have our two white characters. We have Claw, which who I thought was our bad guy, which that was a fun twist, and then we had Everett Ross. Now, Everett Ross, we know from the previous movie, from Civil War, he's a CIA guy who answers. Now, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the comic books, he plays a different character. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's a top CIA guy who answers directly to the Secretary of State, right? And then he gets involved in issues in Wakanda, and to the point where he gets involved in combat in Wakanda, in this part of like power struggle there, and like, what were we gonna say?
Yeah.
And first, on that point, I have so many issues. One, that is so not the CIA's style to get involved in maintaining, this a non-cooperative governmental leadership. And since Killmonger was in fact trained by the CIA to destabilize foreign governments, specifically so that the U.S. can get more influence and more power in these regions, it makes me wonder even more why on earth this CIA operative is doing this. I guess this is a really convoluted way of saying that not only do I find Everett Ross very disingenuous, I feel like he's the most nonsensical like white savior character I've ever seen. Like
it doesn't follow protocol at all. It's borderline treasonous the whole movie.
Right. I think as soon as he gets home, he would. I mean, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe made any sense, he would go to jail. He would
prison,
fired, and
Guantanamo, Guantanamo.
Well, Gitmo is for people who are not U.S. citizens. He's a U.S. citizen.
True. Yeah.
But whatever the U.S. citizens' versions of Gitmo is, I mean, like that was. Well, I don't know. Actually, there were Americans. Wasn't there a few American citizens who got involved? Like that's like that. Anyway, he would whatever. So he would get Gitmo'd or U.S. version of Gitmo'd for his behavior in that. And I just find that so not just his character disingenuous. I feel like it makes the movie disingenuous. Like. Mind you, I'm not talking shit about the movie here. I'm talking shit about Marvel here, where they basically make our one white good guy to be
part of the bigger problem. To
be like the biggest, part of the part of the association that is the hyper villain. Fuck Killmonger's. The CIA makes Killmonger is a tiny drop in the grand ocean
of what they do,
of what the CIA does. You just go to Wikipedia and says look up U.S. supported coups, and you get like all of Latin America has 85% of Latin America has some kind of CIA supported coup. A whole bunch of Africa has had some kind of CIA supported coup. A whole bunch of Middle East has had some kind of CIA supported coup. It just pissed me off. I'm ranting at this point.
It's just not accurate. Yeah, it's a movie, so we're gonna go there. It's a movie, but it's like completely vastly against protocol, and no one was like, they're coworkers.
Yeah, and no one saw that as a problem. I guess I mean, the reason why I'm making such a big deal about this is that, like, there's something fundamentally disgusting about, making a movie that's against, like, against imperialist oppression, and then turning the CIA into a good guy. I think that there's something fundamentally fucked up about that.
And for what reasoning to make sense? Like, for what? Are they trying to create a comfort zone of some sort with the audience? Are they trying to maybe be like, okay, you're not all bad, so we'll give.
Well, but that was okay. That was a little bit of reading from the comic books. So that's the role that he played in the comic books, but he wasn't a big badass in the comic books.
Like a little nobody.
He was a little nobody, and he was ineffectual, and he was never crucial or relied upon to save the day.
Right.
Like he was in the movies. Mind you, I say all this, and I still love the shit out of the movie.
Yeah.
And think everyone should see it. And I think that this movie is a moment in American cinematic history. And thank you guys all for watching. The like or dislike, if you disliked our video, comment with either things that you agree or disagree. I'm not supposed to say this, but hate comments on YouTube are hilarious. And I love responding to them. I love receiving them.
Yeah, and good publicity.
Yeah. Right. So we're going to cut this off now. But so yeah, thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
See you next video.